Well, I just want to start by asking kind of your thoughts going into this tournament. You guys were one of the last four in, but like, what was the thoughts kind of yesterday and now going into today?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like being one of the last teams in, it definitely kind of lights that fire in us, just trying to prove people wrong. Like, obviously, being the underdog is kind of easier than being the favorite team. So, just coming in and just knowing what we know what to do. We've played Kansas before, so just picking up where we left off from the preseason, and so we're all very excited. Obviously, training hard for it. So, just trying to just lock in, keep it simple, and just know what we know what to do.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. I think just keeping it simple is going to be like how we get through it because I think once we start overthinking and trying too hard is when things kind of go downhill. But I think Lauren did a really good job of answering that question.
Uh,
I have a
Gabby, I'll go ahead. Lauren, you gathered from last year's experience in the regional in Austin that you'll help you this year and help also some of the new ones that are having experienced it for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, just being in it for the first time last year, just not like trying to hype it up too much and just like still see it as a game. So not trying to overthink things and just know that you know how to play softball. It's the same game that nothing's changed, just the pitching. So just going in there and just trying to play the game that we've been playing our entire lives and just what we've been doing all season. So just keeping it simple and just not treating it as anything more than it needs to be.
Everybody knows about your dad. I'm curious, how has your family kind of raised you and set you up really for these moments in these postseason and these sporting events at the highest level and perform at the level like you have?
Yeah, I mean, growing up, they definitely challenged me. So just they gave me that mental ability just to stay mentally tough through all these tough experiences, especially when it comes to playing these tough teams like Oklahoma and Kansas. So just they helped me just trying to keep a neutral headspace and not trying to get too high or too low. So they definitely prepared me for that. So.
Lauren, I have a couple of questions for you. I mean, obviously, quite the season. I mean, what's been your daily mindset tracking down these historic program records?
I honestly haven't thought about the records whatsoever, just trying to do like my own thing and just trying to do what I've been doing all season, just keeping a neutral mindset, see ball, hit ball, not trying to overthink anything, and just trying to keep that like positive energy going across the team. So that's just kind of what I've been sticking to every day.
Have you heard from like Sierra or any other like U of M greats as you've gotten closer to these records at all? Or
I mean, I saw Big Ten softball posted something. And I saw Sierra commented on it, which was super nice. So not anything personal. I don't really have that contact with her, but I'm assuming they're all probably behind the scenes cheering and all that stuff. Just trying to. I mean, Sierra said records are meant to be broken, so I'm just trying not to think about it too much. Like it's not anything that needs to have a bigger spotlight than it needs to be. So just not trying to think about it and just doing what I've been doing all season, just keeping it simple.
and can you point to any like key factors that have kind of helped accelerate your development this year?
I think just the team as a whole, like we definitely bounce off each other. And so when everybody has like a groove going, it's definitely easier just to compete with each other, whether it's pitching, hitting, defense, overall. And I think that's just kind of how we've all felt this season. When we're all on, we're all on. So just bouncing off of each other's energy has definitely helped this season.
I want to ask about Kansas also. You talked about playing them earlier in the season. Are there any takeaways from that game that maybe you're taking into this one also?
You want to take it or do you want me to? You can. I mean, I feel like just coming back. I know in the preseason we don't really remember playing them that much, but we have like the scouting and stuff like that, so we kind of know what to expect. Just we just have to treat it like a normal game. We just have to treat it like a game, a team we've seen before, and just it's just playing softball. So there's nothing really more you can do to prepare. It's just trying to have a good headspace going into it. Like I guess I know everybody's thinking about Oklahoma, but you have to beat the first game first. So yeah, I mean, just not trying to overhype anything or just keeping it simple and not like making it a bigger deal than it is. Just what I've been saying all day today.
Right. And I also want to ask Gabby, speaking of Oklahoma, kind of they are one of the best offenses in the country, and having them in your bracket, you were pretty aggressive against some really good offenses in Ohio State and Nebraska. Are you going to look to kind of keep that same mindset if you do face them?
Yeah, I think it goes back to just keeping it simple. I think just not like not just me, but our pitching staff as a whole, as long as we don't overthink our opponent, I think we do really well against them. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter if it's Florida or if it's Bethune-Cookman. I think it just is a matter of keeping it simple and not overthinking who we're facing.
Mhm. And then just one more, I also want to ask kind of both of your, what was like the process like after losing to Nebraska, kind of those few days, how you guys been kind of preparing for that, coming off that loss to Nebraska?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it sucks losing in the Big Ten tournament to Nebraska. Obviously we knew we had a good fight in the game, so we weren't like we were disappointed, but obviously had to keep our head up because we knew it was coming, which was regionals. So just trying to really not. I mean, I personally have not been thinking about softball. Just trying to have a nice, like, calm past 3 days where there was no softball whatsoever. Just trying to get back into that calm mindset, and then just seeing what happens. So.
Yeah, I think what Lauren said about like it sucks losing to Nebraska, but I think these past few days have been a good like rest time for us and like a almost like a reset button. So I think that puts us in a good headspace entering this regional.
Gabby, how are you a different pitcher today than you were, say, the opening week in Tampa, where you and Kansas were on the same, tournament?
Um, I would say I'm a lot more confident in just me as a pitcher, like as a whole. Um, like having Michigan across your chest, it means something big to everybody. Um, but for me, like I've always wanted to play on the big stage ever since I was little. And so all those nerves were kind of built up at the beginning of the season. But I think I've kind of calmed down and settled in my place. And I think that's really effective for me. So I can just do me.
How does facing Lauren at practice and some of the other hitters y'all have help you this year as well?
Oh, I think it helps so much because we have some of the best hitters that I've seen. So I think it really helps us be like, sorry, I lost my train of thought. I think it helps us as a whole pitching staff to see some of the best hitters in the country. And it's not just like you're seeing some of the weaker hitters, like you're seeing like our lineup will hit anything that you throw. So if you can get them to swing and miss or like like pause for a second, like that gives you a good feeling of what you're doing is good.
Lauren, how are you a different player today than a year ago?
I think the biggest thing for me is just where my headspace is at. Last year, I feel like I was very hard on myself and just didn't really like think about like the fun parts of the game. And this year, I feel like I'm definitely better at like leaving the mistakes in the past and just like playing for the next playing for the team, which has definitely helped. I think everything, every aspect of my game this year compared to last year. And I'm just having more fun. So I feel like that's definitely a different comparison from last year to this year.
How has having Coach Chitty helping you in the offense helped you be a better hitter?
Yeah, I mean, just having her right there just to talk to her when you need something, like she sees something that we can't see. So it definitely helps, like having a different set of eyes who's watching every single at bat, watching every pitch that you're swinging at. So it definitely helps when you can talk to her because sometimes I know what I'm doing wrong, but sometimes it's good to have the extra information about what I could be doing in the box.
Gabby, I'm curious from your perspective, what stood out about Lauren's season the most and what's been most impressive to you?
I would say just how consistent she is. I love how consistent she is at the plate. Um, like she'll have like one or two bad or like rough at bats, but then she gets right back into it. So I like it's so impressive to see how confident and consistent she is.
For
And
both
another,
of you. Oh,
no, go
sorry,
ahead,
Ryan.
Ansley.
Go
No, go
ahead.
ahead, Ansley. No, 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 all you.
I muted myself for you. Go ahead.
Another question about just, I mean, obviously Kansas is first, but I mean, having to go most likely through a program that's won four of the five last national champions. I guess, how do you guys view that challenge?
I'm excited. I think the regionals part of the season is one of the most exciting because, as a lot of people say, that tournaments are the biggest chance for upsets. So I feel like if we just view them as just another team in our way and not as like Oklahoma, like the past four winning national whatever, like I think it definitely can help us just stay in that neutral mindset and just play the game that we know how to play and not try to overthink who we're playing and just playing how we usually would play.
Okay, if Ryan permits me to ask a question for both of you. Lauren at the start mentioned proving people wrong. How would you define this season, and how much do you like look back at it now that you're going into the new part of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think this year we faced a lot of adversity. And I think just coming together as a team definitely helped us through that adversity. So just finding who we were as a team was definitely something that I would use to describe this season. Just like leaning on each other and playing for each other and playing for Michigan was definitely one of the key aspects we did for this season. And I think just taking that and playing for each other and for Michigan, bringing it over to this like new start of the season in regionals, is definitely something that could hopefully push us far in the regionals and hopefully to super regionals. So I think if we just play together as a team, we can definitely beat the best.
Gabby, do you want to jump in? You want to add? I know Lauren answered it very well.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
No,
I was listening too much to what she was saying.
No, Lauren had said at the start that, about being one of the last in and proving people wrong at this stage. And just wondering, what do people have wrong about this program going into this postseason? Why would you say that you want to prove somebody wrong? Because they must have thought something to.
I think like the proving people wrong aspect of it, I think they don't know what we can do as a team and we just have to prove it. And I think we have had opportunities to prove it and we have proven it in some cases. But I think as long as we stay collective and as a whole, we can really start to prove those people wrong of like actually showing that we have the ability to do something great.